Your Excellencies, Labour Ministers of ASEAN Member States, His Excellency Lim Jock Hoi, Secretary General of ASEAN, officers from ASEAN Secretariat, participants of the HR Tech Festival 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I would like to express my appreciation and gratitude for the opportunity to join HR Tech Festival Asia 2020 in the ASEAN Future of Work track through online today. I'm delighted to see so many distinguished guests and leaders are here with us today. I'm sure we all are committed towards strengthening regional cooperation and further enhancing human capital development. ASEAN has indeed came a long way, and today's forum is especially significant. And we are facing an unprecedented challenge, which was described by the New York Times as nothing seen in more than a century. The coronavirus has infiltrated every populated patch of the globe, sowing terror and poverty, infecting millions of people in some nations and paralyzing the entire economy. Before I move on, let me take this opportunity to thank the government of Singapore, especially the Ministry of Manpower, Singapore, for hosting this conference today. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on March 11, 2020, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 as a global pandemic. Since then, over the past 6 months, more than 30 million cases have been reported worldwide, with nearly 1 million deaths. In total, 211 countries have been affected by this deadly virus. This unprecedented pandemic outbreak has impacted our lives in many ways, including in the areas of labor and employment. Undoubtedly, this severe impact on workers requires governments to take various responsive measures. This is indeed a huge challenge for all Asian member states, including Malaysia. The International Labour Organization has predicted a significant rise in unemployment and underemployment due to COVID-19. In the instance of Malaysia, the Malaysian Institute of Economic Research has indicated that their real GDP growth will drop from 4% to minus 2.9% for the year, with up to 2.4 million job losses. Of these, 67% will come from the underskilled workers category. Similarly, the Central Bank of Malaysia has projected that unemployment will reach 1.8 million if the government does not initiate measures to rejuvenate the economy. I'm pleased to share that over the last decade, Malaysia has been reasonably successful in terms of job creation. The unemployment rate has been hovering at below 4% and hence can be regarded as full employment. But it's no longer such due to COVID-19. In April and May 2020, Malaysia recorded an unemployment rate of 4% and 5.3% respectively. To manage these challenging times, the Malaysian government is, amongst others, adopting a proactive approach consisting of 6 key strategies or stages, that 6 R's, namely as resolve, resilience, restart, recovery, revitalize, and reform. We have now passed the third stage, 3 stages, or third stage of 3 stages. The first stage is resolve, entitled addressing containing COVID-19 by implementing the Movement Control Order, or MCO. Whereas the second stage of resilience focus on protecting lives and particularly livelihoods through the Prihatin economic stimulus packages. The third stage, the restart phase, witnessed the reopening of economic sectors in an orderly and controlled manner. Currently, Malaysia is embarking on the fourth stage, which is recovery stage. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, during this phase, the government will be focused on rolling out additional strategic initiatives to further propel the nation's economic growth. Further, the gradual restart of the economy from 4th May has enabled 12.7 million people to return to work. We are continuing to facilitate the reopening of more economic sectors, but without compromising the safety and health of our workers. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in March 2020, Malaysia introduced a 250 billion Malaysian ringgit economic stimulus package, or known as Prihatin, which provided immediate assistance to all segments of the population, including supporting business and small and medium enterprises. The 3 core objectives of this package are to safeguard the people's livelihood, support businesses, and strengthen the economy at large. Additionally, in June 2020, the government injected another 35 billion Malaysian ringgit under another economic recovery package known as Penjana to further propel business and stimulate the economy. The Ministry of Human Resources Malaysia plays a pivotal role under these stimulus packages through several initiatives. One such initiative geared towards employee retention is the wage subsidy program. A total of 13.8 billion Malaysian ringgit has been allocated for this program. Of this amount, 11.8 billion Malaysian ringgit has been dispersed. As at 4th September 2020, a total of 330,000 employers has been benefited from the program. As a result, the government has been able to save 2.7 million jobs in Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, the wage subsidy program enabled the nation's enterprises to continue to operate during this pandemic crisis and to remain productive during the economic recovery phase. The Ministry of Human Resources is confident that the wage subsidy program will have a very positive impact and contribute significantly to the stability of the economy, especially in curbing rising unemployment in Malaysia. But at the same time, although there are signs of recovery in the job market, the government is not taking any chances at all. Understanding the difficulties faced by the employers during this challenging period, on September 23rd, the Honorable Prime Minister, Tan Sri Yassin, announced a further allocation of 2.4 billion Malaysian ringgit for the wage subsidy program to assist companies still affected by the pandemic. The implementation of this program is expected to benefit 1.3 million workers. This resonates well with overall aspiration of Malaysian government to strengthen the economy and safeguard the livelihood of our people. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, apart from the wage subsidy program, the government has also undertaken other initiatives such as hiring incentive program and training assistance program to increase the marketability and employability of our job seekers. Under the hiring incentive program, employees will receive 800 Malaysian ringgit in financial assistance for up to 6 months if they hire an unemployed person aged below 40 years, and 1,000 ringgit Malaysian for each if they employ a jobless person aged 40 and above. As of August 28, the hiring incentive program has successfully managed to find jobs for 24,616 persons, involving 5,996 employers. Similarly, the training assistance program has also been equally successful. As of September 4th, a total of 30,085 trainees has been undergone training. Particular mention must be made of the place and trade scheme, which has successfully obtained employment of 15,512 youths in Malaysia. Malaysia is also equally concerned about the gig sector. In order to promote the gig economy, the government will initiate dedicated programs such as Global Online Workforce, or better known as GLOW, and will also provide grants amounting to 75 million Malaysian ringgit. It is expected that this will benefit an additional 30,000 persons. At the same time, I'm glad to note that Ministry is constantly concerned over the availability of employment opportunities for persons with disabilities. Various incentives are being introduced under the hiring incentive program. For example, an employer will receive 1,000 ringgit Malaysia in government aid for 6 months for employing a disabled person. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the various initiatives adopted by dedicated recruitment and training assistance, focused training and reskilling programs, and the wider reopening of economic activities has significantly contributed to the recovery of the labour market. Therefore, it's not surprising that Malaysia's labour market is showing signs of gradual recovery. The unemployment rate in July decreased to 4.7% compared to 4.9% in June and 5.3% in May 2020. As the Minister of Human Resources, I'm happy with the success of these positive measures. However, we do not intend to rest on our laurels. We will continue to adopt strategies and incentives to further reduce unemployment. One such initiative is National Employment Service Portal, or better known as My Future Jobs. Through this portal, we hope to find suitable employment for unemployed persons. But for me personally, my future job is more than that. In identifying needs for reskilling and upskilling, it is key to understand what is the demand required by employers and actual supply of job seekers. Today, due to the much fragmentations, we are unable to accurately identify the actual demand and supply, which is why we often hear of mismatches. This new National Employment Services Portal, or My Future Job, is capable of providing a real-time labor market data, which helps us to formulate effective employment strategies, including upskilling and reskilling programs that are driven by labor market needs. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I would like to mention another initiative introduced by the government known as Special National Committee on Employment. To prepare for the nation's future by design and not by chance, this special committee has tasked to formulate long-term reform initiatives to address structural issues such as graduate unemployment and job mismatch. This committee will be medium to ensure the government's intention to help the people through employment market initiatives and can be implemented efficiently. In closing, the world that we live in today and the world of tomorrow will be quite different or maybe totally different from each other. COVID-19 has indeed been an eye-opener. It has drastically transformed all spheres of our lives, resulting in several new normals. We must ensure the lessons are learned from this pandemic. More than ever before, we need political will, solidarity, and hope to see us through this crisis. With focus, determination, and unity, I'm convinced we will succeed. It is my fervent hope that we, as members of a large community, share experiences and learn from each other. Malaysia is more than willing to share our experience with all Asian member states to ensure we progress forward together. And with that, I wish everyone a successful and fruitful conference. Stay safe and thank you.